Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Did you know I store my Let's Play world on a realm? I always forget about it until... Actually, it's pretty apparent it's on a realm when you look at the render distance, but I forget about it until a few moments becomes, maybe 30 seconds. But hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and welcome to another live stream. Today, I'm playing Minecraft. Literally just building a sandstone tunnel in my end, supposedly, if you trust, the YouTube title. Something interesting that I've only ever had to start doing because of YouTube is I'm like very aware of what I look like. Like as a child, oh god, no, the stream's been lagged. Damn it. Oh no. Oops, I started streaming too early. See, this is why I like to be late, so I can work out problems like this one. Oopsie. So, how's the weather? It's pretty good where I am. Could be better. Could be worse. I mean, describes literally everything ever, unless it's the worst event in history, or the best one, which I don't imagine it is. Hello, Slushy MC. I'm doing good today. Thank you for asking. See, I'm uploading a video. It just finished, so that should be the end of stream lag today. I hope. We'll see if it is, though. We'll up the quality, because it's still low from yesterday after laggy issues. And we'll see if that fixes things. Hello, evening, morning. How's your day? Hope it's good today. If it's bad today, that's bad. If it's good, that's good. I hate starting live streams like this. I know, like, usually live streams start, it's like, hey. Sup. Yeah. Gonna be good. It's like, no. We start the stream and the stream starts. That is my rule. And I failed you on that rule today. So we're restarting the stream. No one's ever gonna know that we'd ever started. This is the start now. Look, there's the beginning now. Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. As I'm now saying for the first time ever, as I am not repeating, but instead saying afresh, having never said it before. I never used to have to know what I looked like. Like I could, I never had a need to look in mirrors, so I just didn't. And something about being a YouTuber means like I have to be aware of, like, especially streaming all these days. And so like I've been streaming every day for like 6 days in a row right now. We're on some form of miniature record right here. But and by miniature record I mean like record for the month of February. But no, don't get in my boat with me. Okay, you can be in the boat with me. That's fine. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Also, I did bounce off the portal somehow. I don't know why. I don't understand most of these things. But, one of the things about YouTube is I see myself so often. And one of the downsides of that is, like, hypothetically, right? Let's say that you had to, cut your own hair. Because you came back to the, you decided not to get your hair cut while you were out of the UK because you could do it when you got home. And then when you got home, it became illegal to get your hair cut. I mean, like, everyone still does it if you have a connection with a hairdresser. Like, they'll hook you up. But if you don't, if you rely on it like a normal goods and service, like everyone else, then you don't get your hair cut. Imagine that. Imagine how silly you would feel. I don't know. I have a particular disposition towards, like, I don't know if this is normal or, like, some people actually do actively like what they look like. But when you look in the mirror, it's just like, I like to imagine myself as like this unembodied spirit. I'd be much happier if I was a disembodied spirit. My life would be so much easier. Sadly, I'm not. I mean, actually, you start to appreciate random things about the real world and appearance and whatnot as you grow older, I guess. But also,
it's my birthday today for some reason. Thank you for stream.
I think the reason...
I really like Fallout a lot too. Please tell us all about the things you like about it.
First of all, happy birthday, Mr. Fusion Warrior. And by the way, Merry Richmond, thank you. But happy birthday. Second of all, the reason, you say for some reason, the reason that it's your birthday is because your mother gave birth to you X number of years ago. We should all be proud of her collectively. Good job, Fusion Warrior's mother. Am I right? Maybe not. I don't know for sure if we have to be. But anyway, happy birthday. I love Fallout. Honestly, the reason I like it so much, I think it's hard not to find appeal in the idea of a Toycat is nice. He looks like a nice boy you'd invite to see your parents if your parents were Minecon and Microsoft. So Jeff Wolfkins. I think it's hard not to see a little bit of an appeal to the collapse of society. Because if society collapses, then all the bad things collapse with it. I mean, also all the good things collapse with it. But we don't like to talk about that round here. We only talk about the bad bits of all the good things you like about society. They would survive the collapse. The bad things, on the other hand, boom, they're gone forever. So when there's something you hate, the idea of it vanishing forever, it's kind of tragic if the only way to imagine your problems away is to imagine an entire systemic change to society that makes that happen, I would say. But also, it's there's something kind of appealing about it. And then when you add on to that, oh yeah, it's not just there is a society that fell on itself. It's also oh, and now there's post-apocalyptic mutant raiders or whatever. And it's actually, this is compelling. I do have to admit, they lured me in, and that's why I like Fallout. It's a very, very unique tale of how, I know, there's this whole fun world. It's only very slightly different to ours, but it's also very interesting. I love Fallout for that reason. It's hard not to. And with that said, the Enderman is spawning already. I should have brought more torches with me. Wait, I think I did. No, I think I forgot to take all the charcoal out. I put a bunch of logs in my furnace, and then for whatever reason, yep, forgot to take torches. I honestly could go back to the overworld and get torches. It wouldn't be the worst thing I've ever done. I might do it. I might literally have to. So let's place down our sandstone. Let's place down our, not that one. We've just got 2 empty shulker boxes on me. But let's place down some more of this stone first, just to make it a bit safer around here, because it feels like there's a safety hazard in the waiting areas, and then we'll be good. Also, Pizza Juice 55 Toycat is yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Pizza Juice, for thinking that I'm yeah. Pizza Juice sounds like a really interesting marketing campaign that actually exists somewhere. You could convince me, yeah, Pizza Juice. It's the juice they make from pizzas. What's the worst thing you've ever done then, says Hericide? What's the worst thing I've ever done? I feel like, unlike a lot of people who would be like, ahaha, tee-hee-hee, the worst thing I've ever done was, one time I didn't clean my room, even though I was told to. Or one time, a lot of people try to spin the bad things about them into positives. What's the worst thing I've ever done? Well, there was that child that I, pushed off a ledge and he died. Or also, Toycat, I finished the Portal 2 campaign today after I completed the first game. Portal 2 is such a... I wish I could play the Portal games fresh. If they made a brand new... if they made a brand new Portal game, I would be so hyped. It's kind of like, there are certain, pieces of media that you can only experience once, and it's exciting to find someone who hasn't watched it, because you get to be like, yes, you can now enjoy this too. I can't enjoy this, because I've already... I mean, I can, and I'm going to enjoy it, but, you get to see it fresh. You don't have... it's not... you don't know the vague plot points already, and you're just putting together the rest. It's all fresh for you. Isn't that beautiful? Also, what's Toycat's perspective on cannibalism? You said prospective, not perspective. Can't believe you messed up that way, Mr. Cologne Boy. Cannibalism bad. Controversial opinion with Toycat. Wow. Who would have believed it? I was sure that Toycat would be pro-cannibalism. I mean, obviously, one of the things that I think we don't address enough is, when there's an emergency situation, At what point do we start eating people? Because we like to say, oh yeah, we'll never eat people. Nah, at some point we eat the people. Like, let's just make sure it's really low on the list. You know, like, I kind of understand some of the reason, but like, there are some things that are so bad that we don't even admit we're gonna do them. We just wait till it gets so bad that we're like, okay, now we have to do the terrible thing. And it's like, why don't we admit that's the plan, you know? Like, an example of this is, medical triaging. So when there's a bunch of people sick and limited doctors, they have to decide, like, who gets treatment and who is left to fend for themselves. It's effectively deciding who lives and dies, but it's like, you know, it's deciding who, you know, that sounds real brutal. So we're like, nah, it's about, you know, deciding who gets the most care. You know, again, in reality, it's like these healthcare resources are limited. You can't imagine them better. And then you gotta be like, okay, so this person already dead, whereas this person, you know, they're healthy. They're probably gonna survive if we can treat them. Or you could go the other way and be like, this healthy person probably gonna survive without us. This not healthy person, they're gonna need all the help they can get. Also, to get tax. Thanks for getting me through some hard times, says Mayor Bridgman. Thank you, Mayor Bridgman, for not only the tip, but also for becoming a member. I do appreciate it. Yeah, look how close we are to 666 because of you. I'd love to try human meat one day. They say it's sweet. I hear there's a bunch of problems with being a cannibal. Like it, you know, our brains are designed to not like the taste of human flesh, because otherwise there'd be like human groups that went around killing other humans, right? And that doesn't sound like a strategic move as a species. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe there's some. Honestly, you know, you always hear about like spiders eating their young, which sounds so metal if it's true. Again, I'm pretty sure it is, but I'm not gonna act like I'm a spider expert right here. You seem like a nice kid, Andrew. Your ramblings are relatable. You know, if my ramblings are relatable, what does that say about you? Yeah, you think about that for a minute. So Kat, which country would you visit someday if you could? I hate the whole, like, every bit of, like, traveling excitement has to be prefaced with, if you could. Maybe I'm, like, too optimistic about the world. Maybe that's my biggest fault. You know, it's not the hundreds of lives that I killed in that one big explosion at the meat factory that one time. No, it's worst thing I've ever done. Has to be, you know, in my opinion. Nope, forgot that train of thought midway through the sentence. Some people say I have ADHD, and I don't like to ever be the person who self-diagnoses, but like I always like relate to people like, that sounds true. That does sound, interestingly enough, indicative of me. But the fact that like I was I forgot something and that's like a regular thing. I'll forget a thing I said 5 seconds before. It's like, that doesn't seem normal. And if it is normal, what does that say about attention spans these days? I don't know if you remember, but I want to apologize for the question I asked and my tip on the second Bastion destroying videos a couple minutes ago. I feel bad putting you on the spot like that, says Caitlin Smith. Don't feel bad at all, because I don't remember.
If you remember, but I want to apologize for the question I asked in my tip on the second Bastion destroying vid a few months ago. I feel bad for putting you on the spot like
I want to know what
that,
the tip was now. I genuinely, you know, if it makes you feel better, I genuinely don't recall it off the top of my head. Maybe if you said right now, I'd be like, oh yes, that tip. But I don't recall it, so, you know, we got something going on here at least. Also, Mountain Man, you should be able to craft milk with beeswax / honeycomb to make cheese wheels. No, disagree. That's not how milk works, probably. I need to look into that, actually. You definitely have something, says Myra. You know what, chat? You're so nice. You're so nice. I think I tried to find the common links in the viewers, right? Because assuming the phrase like attracts like is true, I actually think there's I think like attract likes isn't true. I think there's like there's an element of like you will attract. I don't know. It's like fly traps stick honey or something. Honey traps will catch you flies. I don't know what the message is. But anyway, why did I leave my boat all the way over there? Now I have to like run after it. You know what? Let's just run after it. Let's go for a casual walk today. Let's see how long it takes to walk along ice, because you walk slower because of the lack of traction. Let's see how this goes. Also, Pizza Juice says, I'm doing an experiment on realms where there's 5 of my friends. We invited 5 strangers from the hive to see if they'll hack or steal. That sounds like, honestly, if I was going to do a Minecraft, like, social experiment and involve money without the world being mad, I'd love to do the whole split or steal thing. Also, chat, remind me does anyone know what the awkward thing was? I want to know what it is. Caitlin, tell me your awkward message. Tell me your terrible thing you put me on the spot like that with. I want to know. I want to feel anger. Catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. Honestly, that's such a dumb saying because no one wants to catch flies, right? Like, it's meant to be a saying that's like, if you're nice to people, it's better than if you're not. But, like, that's not... I mean, like, it's not the message they're conveying. It's definitely not it's not the message that I take from that. The thing I take from that is like, oh, so don't put out honey or you'll catch flies. Put out vinegar, no flies. Thank God. But with that said, also if you're a cannibal and eat human brain, you can get Kuru, which is...
If you're a cannibal and eat human brain, you can get Kuru, which is a neurological disease that eventually kills you. It happens because the body can't process some things as smart as it. I actually do think there's an interesting thing about the brain that's like, you know, the brain is the only thing that can understand itself. Also, funds for KFC. Thank you so much, Gabriel. You know, actually, I'm upset with my local KFC. Pizza Hut's doing this big KFC promotion. I spent £22 on a KFC pizza that was garbage. I'm still sad about it. I asked you if you had words of advice for anyone feeling depressed, and you seemed uncomfortable afterwards. If I felt uncomfortable, okay, so just, I actually thought this was like a terrible one, like, oh yeah, I asked you if you could honestly tell me where I could get and then some awkward detail. No, that's not one you should feel ashamed about at all, Caitlin. I would like to, I'm taking back your apology on your behalf. Try and stop me. Try and stop me. See, most of the time when people apologize, the response is like, good. I'm glad that you feel sorry. That makes things very slightly better here. You know? Like, yeah, I feel so sorry about this. Good, because you did a terrible thing. But this is one of the few cases where, yeah, you shouldn't feel sorry is actually the correct thing. Like, you should not feel bad about asking for tips for depression. I always feel, I never know how to give like, I always feel weird because if I tell people you know, like, there's advice for everyone, right? But also people will hate on you for giving the wrong advice, like, you know, there are still some people that are like, oh, can't believe you would tell a child not to follow its streams. And it's like, yeah, because we don't live in that world. I would also tell my child not to eat human brain, even if he really wanted to, because he'd get Kuru, you know? It's not about how much you want to do. Yeah, and so my depression advice is also not considered the correct one. So it's like, yeah, you know, the thing that helped me is not the thing that will help a lot of people. And I always feel bad after giving it. I was like, someday someone will despise me for this and be like, oh, I've heard on the internet that people who say that, terrible people. And therefore Twigcat equals terrible people too. Also, Twigcat tax. I've had a bad weekend, recovering from a lumbar puncture. So this is a nice break from the back pain. Hope you're doing well. Hey, thank you, Chloe. I hope you are doing well too. I don't know what a lumbar puncture is. Like, I know lumbar. I assume lumbar are like. I know. Okay, wait. This chair here. Wait, you can't see this. I like lumbar support is a thing every gaming chair claims to have. You know what? I'm gonna Google what a lumbar is. What is a lumbar? Lumbar is, oh god, I don't like looking at pictures of this lumbar. So the lumbar is this, okay, chat, for all of you curious. The lumbar is this. Oh, that didn't work. Huh, okay, I'll try. You know what, the lumbar is your lowest back. But like, it's one of those things where like, no, cow, don't kill yourself. I never hear it in natural conversation. I only ever hear it in like, the internet. And therefore, you know, like a normal person, I assume it's a grand conspiracy theory where lumbars don't really exist. People just want us to think that they exist, and so they tell us they do, but that doesn't mean that they do, because you know that's the logical way to take that, in my opinion. But Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm alone on this one, but I really do. I feel quite strongly about the fact that, like, when people say, like, oh, yeah, I feel so sorry, it's like, good. Your sorrow, you feeling bad, makes this slightly better. You did a bad thing, now you feel bad. Good job. We're getting on that road to recovery. Also, Toycat's advice for depression is no cow, don't kill yourself. Exactly. You know, my really bad advice for depression. This is not, to clarify for anyone listening right and jumping in right now. This is not my real advice for depression. Please take Toycat's words with a grain of salt. Please take them with multiple grains of salt. However, okay, hear me out here, chat. Just hear me out, just a little bit. Just hear a little bit. Why did the spruce tree buy a new chair? It needed better lumbar support. Terrible Jeff Watkins. You know what? You can't top your joke about the source and the conspiracy. You've peaked, and now you flew too close to the sun, and now you've burnt your wings. Right? I don't know how that goes. Yeah. My real advice for depression, right? Because think about it. Everyone always says suicide is a temporary solution to a permanent problem. I would argue that people argue that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I would argue not committing suicide is a temporary solution to a permanent problem. No, wait, I would argue not committing suicide is the permanent solution to a temporary problem. You know what? I've lost this point now. You know, I'm going to stick with that. I'll take your words with a gallon of salt. See, you know what? Fun fact, don't kill yourself by drinking salt. One of the worst ways you can die. You know, you gotta pick a nice, unpainful method. I remember when I was in school, one of the like first like big discoveries on the internet was I think it was a man in Texas that was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my own life and I'm gonna make a video tutorial so everyone else can follow me on how you do this too. And it was like a big controversial thing. You know, the idea that, like, you know what, being in control of your own life. I think the idea of euthanasia being so controversial is still really bizarre to me. That, like, because you know, like, I used to think at the time, like, these people had never felt a suicidal impulse. Like, you know, like, if you give people the option to kill themselves, they're not going to suddenly do it. But I actually do wonder, like, looking back, you know, if would the world be a better place or a worse place if, like, as a sad teenager, as a depressed teenager or whatever, I was like, you know, actually, yeah, I'm over, done. And I think it's really arrogant to be like, nah, it'd be better. It's so much better that you didn't. It's like, no, you don't get to say that about yourself. You get to be like, yeah, I wish you don't have an ability to do something I regret doing. Nah, you get to make your own decisions, internet. Thank you, Toycat, says Caitlin. No, thank you, Toycat, Caitlin. Thank you. Also, like, you know, like, to make that judgment call on yourself is a little bit like, you know, you've probably done some terrible things since you, didn't die. And that, you know, you've hopefully done better, more good to outweigh it. But who knows? Is not committing suicide permanent? A suicidal problem to a temporary commitment, says Marizef. Exactly. Not committing permanent is a suicidal problem to a temporary commitment. I'm glad someone understands me the way I want to be understood. Toycat, I had a stroke listening to that tangent. You're welcome, Moopsfix. Toycat is always philosophizing when I enter the video. Okay, let's do no philosophy allowed for the next 25 minutes. Nothing philosophical allowed. You ask philosophy questions, I'm going to tell you about what I had for dinner. You ask deep questions about, tell you what I had for lunch. You ask questions about, you get the point. You know, I'm sure I don't need to explain all the meals in the day. Ooh, let me tell you about my breakfast today. I ate some Chinese food because I ate basically nothing yesterday besides the chicken balls, but it was good. And I'm always worried about, like, okay, you know what, maybe this is Toycat equals bad. But I've always assumed, like, you know what? The problem with Chinese takeaways especially, because they're all independently owned here. Like, there's no major Chinese takeaway chain that I'm aware of in the UK. We don't have, like, a Panda Express equivalent. You know, we're all culturally poorer for it. Let me just make that clear. But, I feel like
You know, a lot of people love like, oh, I love eating at independent places. It's supporting local businesses. No, 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 no. This is food, right? This is like your life you're trusting with these people every single time. And like, you know, like these are all a bunch of, you know, I trust the majority of them, but do I trust the 1 in 1,000 dice roll? So Cat talking about an existential crisis is my distraction from my own existential crisis as watercolors Ken's. You know what? I agree. That's a good point you raise. Yes, that's 10 out of 10. I've never considered more than this, that is true. I'm sorry, but if you look up chicken balls in Wikipedia and keep clicking the first hyperlink on each article, you'll get philosophy. You know what that's called? There's a game for that. It's called the Wikipedia. It's called the, oh, I forget what it's actually called. Wiki Race or something? Okay, chicken balls wiki. Let's see if it's true. Let's see if it's true. Chicken balls are a food hey, they exist. Okay, so chat, we are playing now the wiki game. Some would say this isn't Minecraft, but who's to stop me from believing that it is? Okay, so always terrified. It's fine. You know what? So as you can see, this is chicken. Oh, I could get chat. Oh, I'm not gonna get chat over here. You don't deserve to exist, chat. Sorry, you're gone. So you click on. So chicken balls. The first link is chicken. You click on chicken. The first link is poultry, and then it's domesticated, and then it's Charles Darwin, and then it's naturalist. Naturalist is organisms, biology, natural science, branch of science, sciences, Latin word for knowledge, classical language, spoken languages. Ooh, we got kind of close to that. I feel like we're getting further away now. Writing system. Oh, communication. We're gonna get. Ooh, meaning. Ooh, we're gonna get there soon. Oh, we were so close. The second link here is philosophy. So linguistics. Scientific study of language. Oh. We go back to science or we go to language? We've already done both, so we'll go to form. Then from form, we go to theory of language. Oh, and then we get philosophy of language. And then get this. Scroll back up. We get analytical philosophy. If you click the first link from a Wikipedia page, you end up at chicken balls to philosophy in just, let me find out actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You end up there in like, it doesn't actually show. Okay, I'm gonna click my full history. You end up there in just, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You end up there in like 30 pages. That's pretty good actually, you'd expect. Fun fact, chicken balls are directly linked to philosophy. It's not me. It's the natural order of language. And now you know. Now you know. Is this Minecraft? This could be considered Minecraft. Sometimes by some people, depending on their worldview, I guess. Anything can be philosophical if you think about it, says Mother Russia. You know what can't be philosophical if you think about it? Anything. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Chicken balls to philosophy, speedrun world record. It's like the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, says Waters SM. Yeah, we there's something like there's there's millions of English words. I've heard there's 750,000, but like if you count all the permutations of words, there's over 1 million English words, right? And you assume, wow, 1 million different. But like, off those 1 million English words, we use the word "the" more than any other word combined. And then off the... basically we use certain words significantly more than we use others. And so off those 750,000 words, most people only know about 30,000. And most of that 30,000 isn't used on a day-to-day basis. And my point here is that the things we can talk about are surprisingly well linked. You know, think about how you can go to university and study one of like 50 subjects, and like within those 50 subjects, they cover like a healthy portion of academics, stuff. It's pretty interesting, right? Just click on random article and hope for the best, says Stampy2. You know what? You're right. Why am I doing anything but that? Let's do the Wikipedia game, but with random articles. And see how fast we can get to philosophy.
So as you can see, we're on the philosophy page now. We're not going to read anything about it because we're not allowed to. Instead, we're going to hit random article and read about John M. Glass, who was a mayor in... Oh, chief of police in Los Angeles. Back when Los Angeles wasn't Los Angeles. Or the second baron, a British merchant banker. Ooh, exciting. Alexandria... You know what? So we click Georgia, and then we click Eastern Europe, and then European, continent, land masses. Yeah, I feel like this is more fun if you get to like pick it. I bet like if you're like picking yourself, wait, let's try that way. Let's go. I'm gonna find a random article and the fewest number of clicks to get there. So, University of Edinburgh, and then from here, philosophy. Right? It'll be one of the things. Social sciences. Right? Is that how philosophy works? Okay. Second link. And then third link. Boom, did it. Ooh. Remember, no hyperlinks in parentheses? Oh, so, first of all, you know, parentheses, I don't know if they're actually called that in English. Like, I only ever hear that from Americans and now you. Second of all, also, hi, it's good to see you, Leanne. We're playing Wikipedia today because I'm too easily distractible, I guess. But, we're gonna try this again, okay? We're gonna speed run getting to the philosophy page from a random article. Veterans Monument in Covington. Okay, I'm gonna guess. I want to do 3 clicks or less. So American Civil War is gonna have some philosophy in there because like, is slavery moral? Good philosophical question. See, states protection. History. Oh, we could go with history. Or we could go with civil rights. Civil rights is gotta be a philosophy, right? Yeah, that's a thing. Collapse. Written about. People write about philosophy. Canadians typically say brackets, but that's such an ugly word. I mean, brackets describes them way better. Why are these called parentheses? Like, what do you mean parentheses? That's where's the parent, you know? So we're gonna I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go the best chance we've got is historiographical debate, and that's gonna take me to some philosophy in here somewhere. Related issues. Here we go. No, we're not here. We're just not here. You know what? We'll go with civil rights. Okay, 2 clicks, and then there's gonna be. Oh god, this is a big page. This is like such a big page. If the word philosophy isn't on here somewhere, then brackets are these. No, those are square brackets. Thank you very much. I hate to break it to you. Which I'll admit, it seems kind of dumb when you say it that way. Oh, yeah, we're going to try again, just because otherwise we're going to get somewhere controversial. Okay, the Baltimore Chamber Orchestra. There is only 2 links, or 3 links. I'm going to go to the Peabody Institute. No, wait, I'm going to go to the Peabody Institute. And then the Johns Hopkins University. And then from there, guess what? They do some research into... I hope they do research into philosophy. They don't. They're like a real school. Darn. Life is bad. Okay, we got this. We got this. Oh, look at School of Nursing, They don't have a School of Philosophy. You know what? I'm disappointed in you, John Hopkins. I've heard of John Hopkins. Is it famous? Or do I just believe I've heard of things that I haven't? Okay, let's stay on track today. We've got to stay on track. We're playing Minecraft. What's the best way to celebrate a birthday? My birthday's tomorrow, says Kirill Totar. See, here's the thing, right? The best advice I could give you on a societal level would be stay at home. Because the more you stay at home, the more I can go out and celebrate people's birthdays. The best advice I can give you as an individual is, you know what? Do whatever you want. Some people are going to say, no, that's illegal. Some people are going to say, no, you can't do that to the orphans. The orphans have seen so much. Why are you doing that, dear man? And you know what I say right back to them? Nah. Also, I think I missed Aureola's 1019 saying Elon tweeting about Doge again. So again, I want to clarify. I have a bunch of Dogecoin in mind when it was like, when it literally just started like 2 days in. I mined some Dogecoin on a laptop GPU. I ended up with like 50,000. I think I sold like 20,000 to get like a game that cost $6 or something. You could look into how much money I basically spent on that if you look at today's prices, and you could break a heart probably. Also, trying to get from the Minecraft wiki to philosophy. Oh, that's how we can make the Minecraft link. I bet you could do it easily, because they have like external links on the wikis pages, right? Also, why is IBX2Cat on Wikipedia? Did I accidentally go to IBX2Cat? Someone explain. I forgot what my point here was. You know what? Today's a very scatterbrained day. Can we accept that? Let's accept that. You know, if we all accept it, then we can move on and we can grow as people. How does that sound? Why is you know, every now and then I read like a chat message on, I'm like, you know what? This person's not very friendly. I should stop reading their messages. I should find someone who you know, whose messages will be like, who you know, like, who like, their messages will add to everyone else and also will be fun to respond to. And then sometimes I don't. That's one of my streamer abilities I'm gonna work on tonight. Why don't you stream on IBX2Cat, says Spencer Black. I do stream there sometimes. I just have to be like, motivated to go on a road trip or something. So now you forget my birthday, but not his. Oh, how would you like it if I forgot your birthday? April 7th flashbacks, April 1st. I forgot it, you got my revenge, so... Thank you, Microflash. Hope you're having a good day. Unless you're not. That's a nice spork at the end of your tunnel. Thank you. I appreciate it. Actually, you know what? This is more like a... I guess if we do this, we'll make it a spork. Okay, you know what? Can I tell you about the biggest pain in the world? The biggest pain. We invented sporks how many years ago now? But they're still not commonplace. And that tells me, you know, there is a cutlery cartel out there. There's a group of very powerful, elite, cutlery eating people. I guess they don't eat cutlery, I guess they make cutlery. And they're so in control of us that we can't even end our fork and knife dependency. A spork, you know, imagine how much a spork could do for you. Imagine if we all had sporks. We wouldn't, you know, think about the environmental waste reduction in spoons and forks being the same thing. You'd have to give half as many tools out to people. You know when you go to a fancy dinner and you get like, this doesn't happen to be besides on planes, to clarify. You know when they give you like free forks and free spoons and like 2 knives. You know, we could just give out six sporks or 5 sporks or whatever. The fork bourgeoisie. Exactly. There is a small group of fork you know, 99% of the spoons are made by 1% of the people, and I find that crazy. Also, this is an uplifting message. Thank you, Elias Lawson. I appreciate it. I think sporks suck at eating steak though. Do they really though? Do they suck at eating steak, or do you suck at eating steak with a spork? It's important you work out the line in there. But no, yeah. So I have the controversial opinion that like I like eating at independent places, but like there's a few types of food where it's like, you know what, you're rolling your dice when you go there, and you know, like when we're dealing with like especially like, I don't know, very very cheap certain types of food. Like I think cheap meats, like, ooh, you know what's going on there. You should be cautious there, friend. And it is so good that I don't know how they're making a profit selling me you know, things at those prices. And you know, you gotta have your caution hound. Or maybe that's wrong with me. But like, you know, for instance, McDonald's, like, if they have a horse meat scandal, it's not gonna be that one local restaurant decided to put horse meat in there. They're not allowed to make executive decisions that big. You know, you can be sure that if you're McDonald's, it's garbage to your pork or beef or whatever, but it's real animal in there, you know? You can be sure that it's real Coke in your thing. In fact, they put a lot of effort into making sure that, like, that's the whole McDonald's brand. It's consistently pretty good. Like, even if you don't like it, you have to admit, you go to McDonald's anywhere in the world, it works the same. I think that the Sandstone tunnel feels cozier. Yeah, I think something about the slightly smaller size is a lot, like, I don't know, it does feel slightly nicer. I think the lack of guardrails as well. There's something to be said for this tunnel. Toy Cat, that was a VeggieTales movie where the sporks were the villains. See, so Lydia Grace, you know what? You've proven my point more, you know, you've proven once again that there is a small, you know, again, the 1%, the darn, that group of people that control all of the spoons. Again, it's shocking when you look at the spoon production disparity. How many spoons did you make last year? You know, but we look at the spoon company. You know, do we even know their names? The elites up there in their ivory towers? We don't know the names of the elites who control our spoons, Lydia Grace. And then to make us think that sporks are the bad guys, they make them the bad guys and a villain in a movie. You know, people say that 1984 is the terrifying future. Maybe we live in the terrifying future where sporks are demonized so bad that even by talking about them, you sound a little crazy. Do rich people have ivory sporks? I mean, I guess their towers would be giant ivory sporks if you think about it. Yeah, I reckon the people who make these spoons and talk about how great they are, I reckon they don't even like them that much. I reckon they're like, yeah, a spoon is just an inferior spork. A spoon is just a spork you can't pick up steaks with. You know, I reckon they'd be very willing to admit that if you force them into it. I went to a McDonald's in Germany once. They didn't have vegetarian options. Are you a vegetarian, Leanne? I feel like that's come up before. You know what? My new favorite thing, like now that I now know like I know like a handful of vegans. So now like even though I eat meat, I like to berate vegetarians I run across. That's my new like hobby. Like, ugh, can't believe you still eating milk. That milk is murder, you know. That's my new favorite thing. You gotta find people who and then like they're not gonna question like so what do you do? Because you know like they feel ashamed for it. It's beautiful. I messaged you a seed on Insta for your next Seed Sunday. Is the seed salmon, Mr. Salmon Gaming? Also, I don't think you can message me on Insta. I think you might have messaged the wrong person. If you can message me on Instagram, then I've never seen Instagram messages. Should we do that right now? Listen, we all get so tired of being heckled over it, says Watercolor Cans. You know what? Maybe you should stop eating the... I mean, I'm not vegan myself, but like, you know, at least I'm not pretending to be vegan with my vegetarianism. How far is this tunnel and how far do you plan to go? I can't believe you're using forks. Forks are murder. Yeah, think about the fossil fuels. Fossil fuels? Fossil fuels. The fossil fuel that is used to make a spork. Think about how disastrous, you know, that is. I'm just saying, we could stop that, and we choose not to. Because we're monsters. Okay, I'm going to line up the torches here. With the torches on there. And then we'll just kind of start from there. Yeah, nice. Yes, I'm vegetarian, but I also dairy-free because I'm lactose intolerant. I eat eggs sometime. Okay, you know what? This is my controversial opinion. I think, because I know the reason that eggs aren't vegan is because, like, it'd be inconsistent to be like, yeah, any animal product's bad, except eggs, because eggs are just, like, a natural byproduct of chickens. Like, you know, I understand that, because, you know, there actually is a cruelty that comes with milk. Whatever. You know, I understand that. You know, I clearly don't think it's bad enough to stop eating milk with my cereal over, or to stop enjoying carrot cake. But I understand that there is a cruelty to that. But like, you know what, chickens, they just plop out an egg every day. They'll just that's how chickens work. You ever follow a chicken around for long enough, plops out an egg. If we just I reckon there should be a, you know, in the same way, like hypothetically, right? Even the most like crazy, you know, will not use animal products. Like, you know, but manure is like really smart. Like, cows are gonna take a number moo. Now it's because only the female chickens get to live past day 1, so all the male chicks are killed. You know what? On the one hand, sounds horrifying, and it is horrifying when you look at all the baby chicks just being crushed up in a giant blender. But on the other hand, you know, if you could, like, you know, hypothetically, right? If I owned a chicken, and then the chicken made an egg every day, you know, I feel like Like, actually, this has been a big discussion. My plan was always to have chickens. Like, it wasn't a real plan. Like, it's one of those dumb plans. Like, oh yeah, one day I'm gonna travel to the moon. Like, we're not gonna travel to the moon. You know, I'm not gonna live in Singapore as much as I dream of it. But one of my real plans. Also, carrot cake is awesome. Useless goddess. I would like some. I don't know how I get some over the internet. I wish, you know, actually, can I order some carrot cake right now? I'm having a bad Sunday. I'm gonna be honest with you. Food-wise, at least. I've just been pounding absolute garbage in. So let's see if this late in the day, I can find myself. There's this cake place. I forget what they're called. They're called like egg-free, I want to say. You know what I'm talking about if you know what I'm talking about. Let's see if we can find. Okay, I'm just gonna search carrot cake. Carrot cake. Ooh, that sounds good. I could get some carrot cake. Or should we do it? What do you reckon, chat? Whipped cream for £1 extra. Could get some ice cream on top for £2.25 extra. Ooh, yeah, that would be good. Huh? They're open till 10 p.m. Oh no, they close in 3 minutes. They'll just cancel my order. That's so sad. So sad. You know, okay, can I talk about one of my pet peeves? I want this carrot cake so bad. You know, it's 10 p.m. on a Sunday. I don't understand why I can't get carrot cake. I hate carrots cake like a vegetable on a cake, and it doesn't even help you see in the dark. What a scam. Oh, I avoided carrot cake for so many years of my life because I was like, yeah, I'm not eating carrot cake. I'm not dumb enough to think carrot's going to go well on a cake. But it's like cheesecake, you know? You don't notice that it's cheese in the cheesecake. Oh, cheese-carrot cake would be such a good combination, by the way. I'm surprised that's not a thing. Anyway, here, my point here, 3 tangents ago, was that, like, one of my like, dumb dreams, because, I always like to be some mild amount self-sufficient. Like, if there's an apocalypse, hate to break it to you, I'm gonna die. Very early on. But I like to believe that, like, you know what? I'm immune to some of the you know, like, if the water ever breaks in my area like it did in Texas, not a problem. I have a sizable amount of water ready in... if I know there are water issues, I know how to, like, store my water in a safe way. I've looked into the ratios of bleach you've got to add to water every day to keep it safe. It seems dumb that you can drink water and bleach, but apparently if it's a tiny amount you can. That's how they treat it in the waste facilities. Not the waste facilities, the treatment facilities. But the 24/7 cake shop is an untapped market, says Godsock. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it until the cake industry takes note. But the smartest thing I've ever seen in Dundee, I was visiting the 4J offices, and every one of their staff members was like, there's a 24/7 bakery. You want baked goods? 24/7. You know, you want them in the morning? Yeah, when a bakery opens, sure. You want them when you've, you know, like you want dessert? Yeah, of course they're still open then. You want them after a night out when your stomach's all empty? Yeah, get a sausage roll. You do that for yourself. Carrot cake would be a cake made out of gems. What did I just... Oh, carrot cake. Like carrot cake, like... this is a 24 carrot cake. 24 carrot cake. It's carrot cake coated in gold. What a genius idea. Fun fact, the misconception that carrots improve your vision originates from World War II when Brits told that to the Germans. Instead of admitting they invented the radar. Oh yeah, here's a fun fact. I was trying to mess with I've got like a nephew. He's like 7, 8. He's probably like 10 or 10. You know, he was young, is my point. And I was like, aha, I'm gonna show him who's boss. You know, I have really good relations with children. I just try to trick them and be like, you suck because you're not a real human yet. Anyway, so I told him that fact. I was like, so did you know carrots help you see in the dark? Because I was gonna be like, he's like, really? And I'm like, no, that's a myth invented by the Germans, or myth invented to make people eat carrots. And I tell him it, and he's like, no, actually, Andrew, kind of an idiot here. I hate to break it to you, but that was a myth. And it's like, damn, got bamboozled at my own game. Which tells me he was a very smart child, right? Like, good job. If you're watching Ted Swervey, is that his name? You know, that's someone's name. Do a cooking with Toy Cat carrot cake edition soon. Here's the problem with cooking my own food. When you cook, oh god, when you cook food for yourself, it tastes so much better. But the thing is, I'm so bad at cooking that I make objectively horrible things. but they still taste pretty good. I'm still like, you know what? Like, I undercooked a naan bread the other day. Like, I criminally undercooked it. Like, it was like 1/3 as cooked as it should have been. And just eating some mildly warm dough was delicious. Like, tomorrow some more mildly warm dough arrives. I mean, there's some dough that I'm going to mess up and it's going to be mildly warm. I'm so excited. I'm going to eat mildly warm dough. Oh, yeah. It's good. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Yeah, so I'm worried, like, I'm afraid of poisoning myself when I cook, says Adam the Mage. You know what? No, you gotta be xenophobic with your poisoning worries. Worry about strange foods from a foreign land. Don't worry about the fact that you can miscook your own ingredients and give yourself real bad food poisoning. No, I don't think I've ever been food poisoned, so I'm just assuming that I can't be. Like, yeah, the only times I've been like, yeah, no, I've never been food poisoned, I don't think. Like, I probably have, and I've just never associated it with certain food. Like, I've thrown up after eating, like, a Tesco pizza or something. But I've never been like, ah, yeah, this was this whole problem right here. Also, I'm confused about the warm dough, but all right, cool. Says Zephyr Alpha 7. Don't worry, it's only going to get more confusing from here. Also, just order naan, says here's Chrissy. No, naan bread has so many calories if you, like, because they come in, a naan bread is like this size. It's terrible. It's terrible. I don't want to eat that much naan bread. Also, sorry about your carrot cake deprivation. Oh, wait, sorry, Mountain Man. Speaking of cake and carrots, have you ever considered making a giant cake out of carrots to make a cake carrot? You know what, the cake carrot is a very fun idea. I do like it now you say it. I might have to do that.
Sorry about your carrot cake deprivation. Have you ever heard of a hummingbird cake? Those are really good. Also, do they ice carrot cake with cream cheese frosting in the UK?
They do. That is what
allowance.
makes it so good. I didn't realize. I made a carrot cake a few years ago. Like, I bought one of those boxes, and they give you like a mixture, and the mixture, you know, like, yeah, and like half of the job of making the carrot cake is making cream cheese or whatever. And I was like, this is dumb, but really good, really good. Carrot cake cheesecake exists. I just googled it. You can get it in the UK too. Okay, carrot cake cheesecake near me. Oh wait, no, it's just telling me my nearest bakery. Strawberry cheesecake is superb. It's not what I need. I need. Oh, there's a coffee shop near me. I wonder if they say they open at 9 AM Monday. How is that true? There's a coffee shop open? I guess you go in and then you just take it out with you. I should look at their menu. I should see if I can get myself a cake. Actually, I'm thinking tomorrow. I want to find another city that has rentable scooters to do a scooter video. So, oh god. I'll just find some up there. Honestly, I love visiting big cities in the UK. Like, you never know what you're gonna get. Like, honestly, here's the cool. Even though I live in the biggest outside, but like, even though I live in the biggest city in the planet, you know what? That's not true, but don't fact check me. Even though I live in what is objectively the biggest city on Earth, it's still nice to like go to a city and be like, you have no idea what you're gonna get. There's gonna be some things here that you don't see there, and you just something about rolling the dice and like seeing a brand. You know, it's like you ever wonder what your life would be like if you know, you re-roll those dice. Like, oh, turns out I wasn't born, I don't know, white. It turns out I wasn't born with the name Andrew. Turns out that I, you know, don't have this love of my, you know, like, imagine like life but with major details re-rolled. The one that interests me the most is like, how much of my personality, how much of me is defined by where I live? And also like, how different would my day-to-day life be? Like, if I didn't grow up near a McDonald's, I would have never developed the taste as a child, and I'd be like, yeah, that's garbage food. Why do people go there? If I didn't grow up, you know, near a KFC, I guess the same thing. I guess that's true for a lot of like major chains like that. But like, also if I didn't grow up near so many coffee places, I wouldn't have realized that like, oh, I like pretend coffee so much. I can go to I love coffee places because you can buy pretend coffee at them. It's amazing. Also, I used to be a chef in a pub, and we had carrot cake cheesecake. It was very nice. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Also, took out tax. Whoop. Okay, you know what? I know you have to dox yourself for this, Seymour Butts, but do it. Tell me where I get it. Tell me which pub you worked at. I will go there. You might think, oh, Toycat, that's funny. Good joke you're making. Tell me the exact location of the pub
I'll type it into Google Maps, and I'm gonna get myself some carrot cheesecake. I recently moved to a city, and it really is mind-blowing compared to village life. I don't have to cycle for 40 minutes to reach a store anymore. But conversely, you have to cycle around so many more other people, right? Like, it takes life and it compacts it in. Whereas to me, like, I'm used to, like... I guess I'm used to a big city being nearby, but, like, traveling into the big city. Whereas sometimes it's nice to be like, oh, these are medium-sized cities, so they're less condensed. But they're built entirely different because of that. Hummingbird cake is banana, pineapple, spice cake, common in the southern United. It is often served with cream cheese frosting. I have heard of it, but I've never... You know, next time I see hummingbird cake, I'm going to eat it. Honestly, I just need to go on a cake binge. I always regret going on cake binges when I go on cake binges, but this time will be different. This time I eat cake, it'll be wonderful. Also, milk is murder, sporks are anti-elitist, chicken balls are philosophy, bleach water is tasty. Yeah, I actually can. Yeah, let me just quickly... I want to confirm this before I say this publicly. How much bleach do you mix with water? You put 1 cup of bleach in a gallon of water. 240 mil... Wait. 1 gallon in liters. So just to clarify, for every... You put... If you have... if you have 1,000 units of water, you put 50 units of bleach in. Or, to put that simpler, 20 units of water, 1 unit of bleach. That's insane. That is crazy. If I filled up my bathtub with water, and then I poured a whole bottle of bleach in, that would be insufficient. That can't be correct. Also, thank you so much. That's from the CDC, by the way, too. Thank you so much, Mother Russia. I sent you a link to a place that sells them on Twitter. You know, if this is a link to somewhere in Russia, I'm going to be very upset because I cannot... I don't see it. I don't see it here. But, you know, if this is a place somewhere in Russia, I'm going to be very upset because they don't give British citizens... is that to drink or clean? That's to... Oh, wait, that's a good point. Oh, that's how you rinse... Wait, chat. Okay, I need to correct this immediately before I kill some people. That's for cleaning surfaces. Yeah, sorry. Yep. That's how you clean. That's how you like dilute bleach so that you can clean with it without being dangerous. Also, I've never mixed bleach with water. I just clean with bleach straight up. So today I learned. How much drink you mix with water to drink? Yeah. So 8 drops of bleach. Okay, that that sounds like it makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I would have literally just died. You have saved my life. You have saved my life, Chantal. That's yeah, I would have because if there was like a serious situation where I had to mix bleach with water, I wouldn't have internet. I wouldn't be able to check. Everyone around me would be like, Toycat, are you sure? 1 cup of bleach. It smells really bleachy, and it's like, that's what clean water smells like. And we're all just drinking the bleach, being like, yep, this is great. So, what, never clean with straight bleach? Yeah, I've been cleaning with straight bleach. Oh, yeah, one of the mistakes I make, by the way, here's another bleach life pro tip, because we're giving them out like candy today. Bleach, when mixed with a bunch of things, creates poison gases. And the one I make the mistake of the most is white vinegar. Yesterday I mixed some bleach and white vinegar, and I could feel like weird noises in my skull all night. And I don't know what that means, but like, you know, my point here is stay safe. Stay safe. Chantal is a lifesaver. Yeah, so just to clarify, you wanna put 8 drops of bleach for each gallon of water. I don't know what a drop is, but that's about 30 times less than I said. Wait, let's think that one through carefully. Yeah, no, wait, we got that good. We got that good. Doesn't everyone here do that? So you know what? Today I learned. I'm gonna emergency. Wait, let's see what the downside of doing this are, because it says only an emergency. So, sit and let. Okay, once you mix the bleach in the water, you let it stand for half an hour. The water should have a slight chlorine odor. If it doesn't, repeat the dosage and let stand for another 15 minutes before use. If the chlorine taste is too strong, pour the water from one clean container to another and let it stand for a few hours. But yeah, if you want to emergency make some... Oh, you can just boil water. Yeah, that makes more sense, actually. But if you don't have electricity or... yeah, if you don't have electricity or water, then you add bleach. There we go. You know what? See, Toy Cat can survive. Because one of the things... Again, like, I only know this because I have an assistant in Texas, and, like, she's in the woefully unprepared. I feel like I'm roasting her. You know, this is an intentional roast. But she's in, like, the woefully unprepared side of the... You know, like the power outages and the water, etc. Also, doesn't subscribe, dies in house fire. Subscribes, die by bleach poisoning. There's going to be someone who heard that first advice, but not the second bit, who's going to carry that to their grave now. Make a fire. Who wants to... You know, like, boiling water that way sounds awful. I'm gonna add bleach to my... Also, yeah, bleach and vinegar makes chlorine gas, Fantasy 96. Yeah, I made some chlorine gas yesterday and didn't realize till, like, quite a while in. I was like... I'm just going to leave the room as fast as possible now. Like, whenever I mix bleach in something, I'm like, you got to be careful with bleach. Like, always Google what you're going to mix bleach with. And then you won't die. That's life pro tips. Don't make a fire with bleach. I mean, you got to bleach the wood so that way it doesn't kill you, right? Wait, does fire and bleach actually... Fire and bleach. What happens if you... Is heated up bleach dangerous? Oh, let's find out. What happens if you pour bleach on a fire? This is a good question. This has been addressed well by Ryan Payne and is a more extensive answer. Instead, no, I wanna know what's the answer. So, if you poured bleach on a wooden door set on fire, would it burn down? A fire would be a bad idea. Chlorine bleach has a high pH and is highly corrosive. That means you need very good ventilation when you use it. Blah 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 blah. Just tell me, how interesting does it go? I take a shower after putting anti-limescale spray all over it. Yeah, that's the mistake I made. Like, I live in an area of really hard water, so I get limescale, like, non-stop. So I have to white vinegar a lot. And then I sometimes figure I'm cleaning anyway. Let's put some pure bleach on it. And then, like, because I don't wait for the white vinegar to dry or fall off or whatever. And anyway, you know what? Fun fact. For extra flavor and cleanliness in your bleach, add ammonia. See, that's a way to die, chat. Also, Haze Maze, it's good to see you. Thank you very much for the $2 tip. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday? Sunday seems like a day of the week that it is. If it's not, then it's probably close. You know, that's what matters sometimes. Days of the week, no one wants a perfect answer. We just want good answers. Pretty sure that's what people are always saying. You've made chlorine glass before, I remember tweeting about it. Yeah, I've done it like 4 times now. And again, like, this time was the time I had the most exposure to it, though. Like... I think the last time I was just, like, cleaning up blood after... You know, there was some blood on my carpet. It was a terrible thing. But I think this time was... This time was, like, I was in there cleaning for a while before I thought, wait a minute. I should Google this just to be sure. Anyway, so, fun fact. I left some pool bleach in my shed and it made all my tools rust. See, right? It's scary. I don't like all the dangerous things we interact with on a daily basis. I don't like that, like, you know what? All it takes is the man in the restaurant deciding to slightly undercook my food, and then I might die. I don't like that if I just have a little bit of human brain, all of a sudden, you know, the body is like, no, 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 you can't do this. This is cannibalism. I can't let go of that cake thing. I really want you to get it. Maybe, like, I'll check my notifications again after the stream. I'm sure it's, like, just not showed up there or something. So, Cat, this is concerning. Please stop. You know what? I'm not going to stop building an end tunnel because you're being a real hater right now. Also, you know what? Isn't this island so ugly with the sand? Like, only partially covering it? I might need to go back in there and be like, you know what? This isn't going to do. Isn't going to do. Yeah, we're going to do that. It's in the DMs. Oh, yeah, I'm not a big DM person. Maybe that's why. Like, it's like the thing with the Instagram messages. Like, I'm gonna have to find out those Instagram messages as well afterwards. Apparently, people have been messaging me there for years without me knowing it. Or maybe that person's just wrong. Maybe you can't. You know, this is the thing about DMs on all social media. Like, there's gotta be controls about how those come in. I don't like the idea that, like, unsolicited. I maybe solicited in some ways, but like, there's a way for stuff to get to you. The Sandstone will be the new Death Star. Will be there for years, and then eventually, like, I'll work on it.
Make the small islands into little snow globes. Okay, got it. Do you play on controller or keyboard? I play on controller or keyboard. Yes, that is correct. You nailed it. You nailed it. Edgy. No, I use a controller for streams. I don't know why. I think I'm... Again, when I moved to America/Mexico this time around, I think I'm going to go full keyboard for a bit. I don't know for sure. I think I'm gonna. Or maybe I'll stick with it just to be easy. I slid into Toycat's DM to send in block pics. See, I don't know how much of this is a joke and how much is real. Why do you look so sweaty, says Nightshade20. Why do you look so sweaty? By the way, doesn't everything taste better out of a McDonald's cup? Look, the McDonald's. Oh, it's green screened. Oh, that's so cool. I guess it's written in green. I love when I go to McDonald's and they do the Big Mac TM with medium fries TM. I love the medium-sized drink. It's part of a healthy, balanced diet. You can find out more at mcdonaldsmenu.info. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. You know who's not behind the spoon conspiracy? The lovely folks at McDonald's. I should just do random sponsored, like, content that, like, looks really convincing. Like, have real URLs set up and everything. Just to confuse some brands when they're like, you know, an influx that comes in. Or wait, better idea. Send an invoice to the brand and be like, yep, I did this ad. That was, at my standard rate, that's $5,000. You can send the payment in the next 30 days, honestly. And just see how it goes. They should pay you for that ad, lol. Your DMs are open. I just checked. I sent you a picture of a frog once. Why is my life? Why is my life? Copyrighted for singing McDonald's jingle. I guess you probably wouldn't be allowed to sing that in an ad, would you? You know, I'm gonna bill them for that anyway. A Royale with cheese. Did you know in Europe they call it a Royale with cheese? That's right, they do. I don't know what this accent is, but you better believe I'm doing it. Oh, I guess I got a second accent from America. You speak a little bit slower, but you say Royale with cheese. And you gotta really over-enunciate certain things while really under-enunciating certain other things. Like, when you say water, it's water. You don't say the T's, you say D's there instead. What are you doing over there, fellas? I found a new accent. Isn't that fun? The best accents are subtle. Thank you. I do my best. I use American accents to talk about EU things. Well, I mean, because it's only Americans who are surprised by it, right? Because, like, if you're British, you're not like, oh yeah, we call it a Royale. All right, lads, we call it a Royale with cheese. We do. It's hard to switch between accents. That's my dream, to like seamlessly have a conversation in 2 different accents. That's when I know I've made it in accent school. All right, loves, we're gonna go over to the McDonald's. We are. It's going to be a jolly old time. Oh, really? We're going to McDonald's together? I hear that in Europe you guys call it a Royale with cheese. Yes, we do call it a Royale with cheese. We do. You see, the thing that makes it so interesting is that in the Royale with cheese in America, you might call a quarter pounder. However, it's very interesting that, you know, have you heard about the third pounder situation? No, tell me about the third pounder situation. I can enjoy just doing this to people all day. You know, this is the beauty of Toycat live streams. Doesn't need to be a point. It just needs to be Toycat offending a very large percentage of his viewers. Non-stop. A real lucrative acting career, says Watercolor Cans. Thank you so much, Watercolor Cans. I think that I do a great accent. I don't know where in America this accent's from. I just know that I can do it. Reenact a conversation between a Russian and an American. Okay, I'm gonna do my best. A Russian and an American. Let's do it. I'm gonna get some me old dadgum fries. Dadgum fries? I've never heard that terminology before. I'm gonna get me some dadgum fries. Okay, so an American and a Russian have a conversation. Let's do it. Hello, friend. It is me, your good friend from Russia. I don't know if I believe... Oh, wait, no. Hello, friend. It is me, your American friend. I am American citizen. I fly here, when long time ago. I born American, I die American. I don't know if I trust you entirely, friend. No, I'm real American. Let me prove it to you. I don't know about that, fella. You sound like you're a little bit of, you know what, this is terrible. I'm trying my best here, chat. You sound like Forrest Gump. Thank you. Yeah, my American accent faded back to the other one, right there, which is fascinating. So you see, Mr. American, I will prove my American to you by explaining common American dream. I love it very much. If you say so, I guess I'll let you do that. I've been watching so many Toycat streams that I accidentally said the word reckon the other day for the first time, so thanks for that, lol. I've heard reckon is not only a British thing, but it's a Southern thing. Like, there's an interesting thing to me. There's a huge overlap between Southern and British, like, mannerisms, which is interesting because, generally speaking, like, Southern mannerisms are seen as, like, stupid. Like, the stereotype is that people, yeah, again, like, I'm not commenting on the truthness of it, I'm saying the stereotype. The stereotype is that people from the South are, like, dumb or whatever. But, like, and again, the stereotype, not that there's truth to either of these things, is that British people are smart. And it's interesting because there's the exact same, like, mannerisms for a lot of the cases. Like, again, reckon. I didn't even know that was, like, I didn't know that was Southern. But apparently that has a Southern thing to it, too. And isn't that interesting? Maybe it's just interesting to me. I hate it, Lamau, says Alcazar. Oh, I love, you know, the more people I hurt with my accents, the more I have to do it. Yes, I explain American system to you, because I am good American. I'm not undercover spy, I good American. I explain American dream. You see, in America, we hate socialism. Oh, you make a great point over there, partner. That is what we think here in America. Yes, we hate socialism, but we believe it not for the common man. Common man not believe in socialism. It's very bad. However, socialism for politician, very good. Big yacht paid for by public expense. This is American way. Fly to Cancun on American dollars. Yes, this is what we do over here in this country. You know, you are starting to convince me that you might really be an American there, friend. This is the worst thing I've ever done to all of you. I'm sorry. I'd like to preemptively apologize. Yes, I am a real American, and I show you with that. In fact, socialism is not just for politicians. Big business, socialism good. Politicians, socialism good. Common man, socialism bad. Common man fend for self. Yes, exactly. But I can't do this anymore. You know, there you go. I tried my best. You know, fun little side note here. You know, I should learn Australian just to mix in the current events over there, because that's like the truest. Yeah, Australia's going for a thing right now, by the way. I'd love to talk about it sometime. But you know, if only I could speak didgeridoo language, then I could totally do it. This is brilliant. You're welcome. This is my as a southerner from America with a full British background, I hate my accent. How do I get rid of it? I cringe when I hear it in my voice. I don't think, you know, I think learning, like, it's called like phonetic pronunciation. What's the word? But like it's a good idea to do that. Also
10/10 would listen to that train wreck of accents again.
You know, you gotta hand it to me. When I started the stream today, I wasn't expecting to do an American speaking with a Russian, while the Russian explains America to the. I should have had the American explain Russia to the Russian. That would have been good. That would have been. You know, one can only dream that one day. Oh damn it! One can only dream that one day I can. Well, goodbye, Sandstone. I just can't reach the crafting table, and I don't want to waste the firework.
but I don't see any other way. Maybe I could, like, jump into the boat or something. Also, why is there a cow? Oh, the cow is there because it's a tunnel. You can't have a tower without a tunnel without a tunnel cow. Or a tower, if you... Socialism good for politicians and large corporations. Common man fend for self. Can confirm. Very American. I wouldn't even be mad if it was a consistent ideology. Like, I want there to be some country where they literally are like, yes, there is no form of... You know, because this is the annoying thing about, like... This is why I don't like political beliefs. It's because it literally is... You know, we call them political beliefs because they are beliefs. Some people are genuinely convinced that, like, yes, I have absolute evidence that socialism very good. It work in many cases. Or capitalism is responsible for all the goods in the world. But also, like, we only have, like, weird mixed systems where, like, you know, even the American example where they're all so proud of it, it's like, yes, we we take big public money, defense companies, socialism for them, big public money, spend on big... Yeah, I can't do my Russian accent, I'm sorry. You know, I would love to see, like, an actual, like... You know, I wish that political beliefs didn't have to be beliefs. They could be, like, scientifically backed. Like, you know, here is what truly happens in a country with 100%... Also, there was political commentary on this. I couldn't hear it. I was cry laughing. Maybe I made up the political commentary on the fly, and I'm just backing it up now. I'm really good. Like, this is one of my favorite things to do. I used to do... Whenever a teacher asked me to do a presentation, I'd wing it entirely. And then, like, if she asked me to justify something, I'd be like, well, if you think about it. You know, you asked me to give a book report on 1984. But by talking about the Whopper I had this morning, I was in the ironic post-industrial state that the workers in 1984 were expected to be in. And that was my way of conveying that. And I'd be like, you make a good point. A+. Not that we have those. We definitely don't. When you're so rich, you don't need ender pearls. I mean, what would you need ender pearls for anyway, right? You are literally a product, says Paul Schultz. I wish we literally had a... I would love to see... I would love to, like... You know, it's like people who are, like, 100% sure there is a god, or there isn't a god, or a deity, or whatever, whoever you believe in. Like, that's such a cool position to be in. Like, man, I have no clue. I have a pretty reasonable guess that we all rot in the ground. But wouldn't it be nice to be, like, pretty sure that actually, yeah, there's this place you go, and it's like, you know, like, it's really, life doesn't even start till you go to the good place. Ender Pearl Golf. Actually, Ender Pearl Golf does sound like fun. I should make an Ender Pearl Golf course. Anyway, wasn't 1984 banned in the US for being communist, while banned in the USSR for being anti-communist? Yeah, George Orwell's a really, like, he's a really interesting dude if you look into his background. Because immediately you want to dismiss him, because you look into him, and he's like, oh yeah, he went to go fight in the Spanish Civil War on the side of the communists. Like, he put his life on the line to defend Spanish communism, even though he's British, which makes it even more confusing. Because they were fighting the Spanish word that describes people in 1930s Italy. So that, you know, like, it was like lesser of two. Honestly, if you look at, like, all the people at that time, we assume, like, again, looking back, everyone assumes, like, wow, everyone in the 1930s sucked. And it's like, everyone was just looking at Europe being like, oh god, some countries are falling to communism, some countries falling to that. We just need to work out how to not make... Look at this one slab being very slightly differently lit to the others. It's interesting, right? But, yeah, if you look into George Orwell as a person, like, and then, like, if you look at his beliefs, he's, like, a big believer in, like, patriotism. He hates nationalism, but also thinks that, like, you know, he did think that the UK was a great country, despite, you know, like, being part of a section, you know, like, the far left tendency. Far left generally tends to be like, yeah, country is trash, that's why we need to rebuild it. But he's like, no, it's great. We need to make it better by, you know. And then, like, you know, when he saw that the far left movements in Europe were turning towards, you know, like, if you look at Soviet Russia, the thing that's most terrifying is their, like, use of repression, you know, like, their use of, like, shutting things down. The reason he wrote 1984 on Animal Farm is because, like, he was disgusted with his own, you know, his side, you know, like, he put his life on the line to defend the ideas of communism, and then the people who got in charge as communists, like, legitimately
the actual like the communists in charge were doing horrific things, and he's like, yeah, this sucks. I think it's that's gotta like hurt to like spend your life defending an idea and then realize, oh, what if we're the bad guys? He still believed there were great parts of it, I'm sure, but also, yeah, it's hard not to look and be like, yeah, it turns out more misery is being created by this than by not this. What's the biggest project you have planned for the future, says DeVrio Apollo? I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I keep planning this idea of like draining an entire ocean. It just seems too good to not do, right? It seems too good to not do. So, Kat, what does this have to do with the Whopper you ate this morning? See, Brian Callaghan, the Whopper I ate this morning, when I ate it, I was sure I wanted a Whopper. I handed over a lot of my own money so that I could have a Whopper this morning. But yet, despite having that delicious Whopper that I thought it would be at the time, I realized afterwards the Whopper wasn't healthy. I realized afterwards the Whopper wasn't good for me. And so the reason I'm telling you about the Whopper is because I need to atone for what I've done. I'm not a perfect... Just like George Orwell, I'm not a perfect human. I defend bad causes. I promote childhood obesity. I will tell people to go to Burger King when I know that it's objectively not a great option. It's worse than every other choice out there, but somehow exists. And that is my George Orwell moment. My eating a Whopper this morning was me being George Orwell. There you go, see. You can relate eating a Whopper this morning to any conversation in the world. Also, Sauce being passive-aggressive, here's taxes. You're welcome, Moopsfix. Wait, is that how you respond? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I nailed that. Don't feel passive-aggressive. Wait, don't feel bad. I mean, do feel bad. Like, again, you know what? Here's the thing, right? Feeling bad, valuable part of growing up. Objection. This is a courtroom now. I read 1984 on Animal Farm. It made me scared of my country's past, which is constantly glorified in the media here. I think the reason it's going to be glorified for a long time to come, if I had to guess, my Russia, I'm not going to claim I know every detail of your country. But, like, looking at my own country, like, it is terrifying to go from being very important to being not very important. When the USSR was at one point the second superpower on Earth, now Russia is just a country. It might be like the 7th largest military, and it might be like the 10th largest economy. Wait, largest economies. So it went from being at one point basically the largest economy in the world to now being, okay, so the United States is 1, China is 2, Japan is 3, Germany's 4, India or the UK is 5, depending on how you count it, potentially even France at 6 or 7, Brazil at 8, Italy at 9, Canada at 10, Russia at 11. There is a larger economy in Canada, a country of 30 million people, than Russia, the world's former second superpower. Anyway, yeah, that's fun fact. That's gonna hurt a national psyche, That's gonna play with a country's, because no one wants to be like, no civilization has ever done well under the idea that their best days were behind it. That's not a message that can unite a group of people together. You know how, like, something that I find fascinating about history is, like, the church, by saying something, could affect the world. The whole world agreed. Because there was this thing, it's called excommunication. If you were excommunicated by the Pope, you wouldn't go to heaven. That was, like, the ultimate, you were screwed. You would lose eternal paradise. And because everyone agreed that you had to do what the Pope said, that was what you did. Now if the Pope says, hey, Saudi Arabia, please stop invading Yemen, or you won't go to heaven, like, how's that going to work for them? Even if they take, like, a Christian country and be like, hey, Justin Trudeau, don't you dare do that. Don't you do that, or you won't get into heaven. Also, build a giant big salmon in the ocean, please, says Jeff Salmon. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by tomorrow's Let's Play. I say, ruining the surprise in tomorrow's Let's Play. Also, this tunnel looks so much better with smooth sandstone, says Deforestation Nation. You know, you're right. Let's start this again. What am I doing? Building this out of regular sandstone. What a mess. What a mess, Deforestation Nation. You're right. Why am I doing this to myself? Let's get some smooth sandstone going in here. Ooh, cut sandstone. You know, I'll use some cut sandstone for now, sure. Let's use some of this instead. You're right. That was a mistake of mine. Thank you, Nathan Burmister, for becoming a channel member. Thank you for being the 665th member. Wow, it looks like we're just one away from a milestone. If only there was some way to reach that milestone. But like now we go like, yeah, that's dumb. People believe power lies where it does, and so you need people to be united around some idea that creates, you know, power, that creates something. Because again, without power, you don't do anything else, right? And so Russia has to be like, yes, we are very good now, better than before. Also, have I done something wrong here? I feel like I have. It's probably fine. Also, thank you very much for the tip, Olivia Pikanik. Toy Cat, one time you pronounced my name as Olivia Pinek, and it made my day. You know, Olivia Pinek, you have a neck the size of a pea. How do you like that? Yeah. Do you like being mocked? I bet you do. I bet you do. Toy Cat teaches political stuff better than my school, says oops. Well, your school's just trying to teach you the questions, the answers to, like, the questions that will be on a test. And that's okay. That's how your future is decided, so I'm glad they're teaching you about the name of Henry VIII's 6 wives. By the way, hey, thank you, Porygon Q, for 666 channel members. See, now I will not go to heaven. It has been confirmed. Thanks, guys. I make the sacrifice for you. I've got an idea. Let's make a little thing on the wall here out of cut sandstone. Should we do it here? You know what? Here's as good place as any. So we'll make like a giant T, I think. If there's like 7 blocks up, then the T should start at like 5 blocks, I want to say. Yep, that looks as good a place as any. And then we'll go 2 blocks this way. And we'll just have a fun little T. You know, you gotta have the small details in life. Without the small details, what do you have? You have nothing is the answer. So we'll see how that looks. It could look exactly... Ooh, I kind of like that. Yeah, there's a... It's subtle. It's a very small difference. But you've got to admit, it's a good difference. Well, actually, we have to, like, fly onto the main thing to be sure about this. Yeah, you basically can't see it. It's fascinating. I think it would look better with smooth sandstone, though. But, you know, we live and we learn. But yeah, thank you very much, by the way, that Blook guy, for the £7.14 tip. I'm assuming $10. I can only assume. Do you feel your content deserves donations? Because I think it does, says Kurototar. I don't think it deserves donations. I think donations is like a very loaded word. It deserves tips if you want to give it tips. Again, donations is a whole different barrel of worms. Do people say barrel of worms? I feel like they don't. It's a barrel of something. Barrel of fish? You know, that's a different barrel with some form of animal inside of it. Who knows what animal it is? All I know is there's a different animal in that barrel. Please do an ideology reveal. Oh, that's such a good idea. Patrick, Benek. Oh god, I do not like jumping over the pure end. Can of worms. Why do we put worms in cans though? Like, what's the different can of fish? Ooh, you know what? Fish do go in cans, so I can believe that, you know? Also, Spencer R, thank you so much for becoming the 667th channel member. A barrel of monkeys. I love how many weird, like, phrases everyone's heard for the same thing. Can of big salmon. Bucket of tadpoles. You know what? Tadpoles are one of those animals I'm still like, are you really real? Or is this like is this a collective societal lie, you know? You just don't know with some animals. You just don't know. Also, I'm thinking of building this tunnel even further. I don't have a good reason to, but I've been thinking about it. I can build it out of Neverac if I'm going to go further, maybe. That'd be fun. I mean, it wouldn't really be, but it would also. Oh, we have to go around that side because, oh yeah, that's going to be a whole nightmare, isn't it? Okay, so on this side, it's like 2, and then it goes all the way up after that. So we did the 2 here, and then behind that, we just go all the way up. And then, hey, yeah, you know, I'm gonna go one block further, just so I can like have fully surrounded the tunnel. Oh, should have, you know, it's fine. It's and we'll place a block there and a block here. We'll place all the blocks up to here. I don't know when we're meant to get back on the other side of this. I guess even, okay, and then we place, remove these 2 blocks, place those 2 back. Except, oh god, place some stone there. I've got to place some sandstone here, but I don't know how, so I'll like fall off. Oof. And now, we just go 1 block further everywhere else. And I think we've properly combined the 2 tunnels. I was promised a sand tunnel, and I'm immeasurably disappointed my day is ruined, says Adela Flovka. I get your reference, 10 out of 10. So I can't make a section out of gloss. As much as I love gloss, I don't think I can make a section out of it. Hate to break it to you. Hate to break it to you. Looks like the tunnel in a run without 3 holes in the side. Looks like the tunnel in Run Free. What is Run? Oh, Run Free, right. The Flash game. I love Run Free. You know, should we just play Run today? You know, who is enforcing me playing Minecraft when we could be playing Run? That a pretty tyrannical person you'd have to be to insist that we play Minecraft instead of Run, I think. So you know how we're going to fix that? I think you know how we're going to fix that. We're going to... By the way, Flash games were all cancelled. Yeah, playing Flash games is real hard now. You have to, like... It's a whole nightmare. I do agree. You know, someone ruined the Flash game world, and it was Flash. Let's try and find... Okay, Run Free. Coolmathgames.com. Is it going to work for me? Oh, you better believe it is.
Totally forgot to attach a message to the first tax payment, so here's another Toy Cat tax. Love your channel and your world. Keep being you, man.
Thank you so much. You know, that's my favorite message. You know, you're just saying, you know, keep being you. I like you. Here you go. That's the most you know, there's no committal, no stress, no tit for tat. Just like, hey, I like it. And, you know, I like you. I'm gonna spend another second saying, Christian Zaweldi. I've never met a Christian. Like, I've met Christian, the religious domination. I've never met a Christian, like the person. And I've never met a Zaweldi. But I'm glad that I know you on the internet. Also, thank you, Josh Millward, for becoming a channel member. Cool Math Games has transferred stuff to HTML5. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad, you know, someone had to do it. I'm glad Cool Math Games took up the belt, the honor. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna place some torches around so we're absolutely safe. So 10, 16. Actually, I need to place them in the middle first, don't I? Yeah, we'll place them here. And then we're gonna try and make sure there is absolutely no place that Enderman can spawn. Like, it's not gonna work, but I always like to believe that we can try. 1034. And then 1040 all the way here at the end. And then we can go back filling in the little gaps. Just like this. I've got so many torches. And then we're going to play Run Free. We're going to... And then I'll look through the tunnel as we do it. It'll be beautiful. I have a Christian friend. His name is Christian too. Oh, I always forget how many Christians there are in America until I make a video where I talk about religion by accident. And then they're like, you know what, Toy Cat? This is the word. You know, they're not like, oh yeah, have your own opinion, Christians. They're like, ugh. Toy Cat is trying to make me not Christian. He is tempting me away from the light. And it's like, I'm not doing anything, man. You keep doing you. I respect anyone who can do anything that involves not doing things you like. You know, I respect people who have a jar of... If you can buy food, like the only way I can have self-control over tasty snacks is by not buying them. If I buy tasty snacks, I will eat the tasty snacks. I have so much respect for people who can't do that. Now imagine that it's not just eating tasty snacks, which is already like, you know, a big enough ask in my opinion. Imagine that it's like, oh yeah, try not to be mean to people who deserve a little bit of meanness to them. And it's like, ooh, that's a big ask there, don't you think? And it's like, oh yeah, also, and it's like, oh yeah, This is too much for me. I'm out already. So I'm gonna place my torches on the sides here, I guess. Yeah. Here and there, and then every 6 blocks from here on out. So 103 to 109 to 115 to 121. I don't know why there's no Enderman here. There usually is so many. Maybe they don't spawn on sand. I mean, they definitely do spawn on sand. But if you have a better idea than that, I'd love to hear it. Because I see no Enderman in sight. I was about to say a jar. I have a little jar of Sour Patch Kids in my pantry. That's, if you are not, like, every single moment you're not eating those is a moment you're doing better than me. Actually, right now, I'm not in a Sour Patch Kids mood. I could eat some carrot cake or, like, a tasty cookie. I'm not in a Sour Patch Kids mood. Like, I'd eat them if they were there because I'm, you know, a monster. But I wouldn't eat them because I was like, yeah, this is the one thing that fills the hole in my heart. You get me? I think you get me. Okay, so there's the Enderman that we are so terrified of. Let's place all the torches. Torch, 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 torch. Okay, so we placed all of our torches. Now we can just look ahead, probably without dying. I'm gonna keep an eye on anyway. Now let's play some cool maths games. Okay, so this is Run. Run 3 to be precise. Hey, thank you Chips5647 for becoming the 669th channel member. Nice. Okay, let's play Run. Oh, how do you do this? Oh god, it's loud. Oh, it's so loud. Yeah, vibing, am I right? Oh god, where's the mute button? Tell me, okay. Here we go, there's little settings. We'll have none of that music, thank you very much. Okay, I'm gonna get copyright struck for that now, I bet. Okay, press up or space to jump. Okay, let's do this. And then we go to the sides. Look at this. This is beautiful. Content. So yeah, this is Run. Again, this is what people get vibes for it, because obviously it's like a tunnel going through space. Honestly, we should make little holes in it just to make the Run tunnel, right? Wouldn't that be nice? We could use like concrete, make it a perfect square with like deliberate gaps in there. I think I want to do that now. Yeah, look at that. Level 2 beaten. Can we do level 3 though? Oh, this one's like a circle yet. Oh, this is fun. So the trick is just always be jumping, and if you're always jumping, you can't die. Famously can't happen. See that? Ignore that death. Other than that, it just doesn't happen. I've never seen this in my life. You never played Run? This is like one of the classic Flash games. I've seen this on my recommended on YouTube. That's how big of a deal this was. I came here for a sandstone tunnel. Okay, we'll play the yellow levels. I'm sorry. No, this is terrible. Oh, we can just skip to. Oh, we can only skip through levels we've been and go to the map. Oh, it takes you through space. That's cute. Okay, let's get back to Minecraft or something. Because you know what? Maybe there is no such thing as Minecraft. You ever wonder what if Minecraft is? How can Minecraft be real if our eyes aren't real? You know. You ever wonder that? You ever think that maybe, just maybe, the entire world is just something you imagine? You know, you could say hypothetically that the only thing that was real was you. And if you could say that, you'd be a solipsicist, because you, obviously, because no one else would have done this. You invented this word yourself that explains everything. I think Notch is probably a solipsicist, right? I mean, I know people don't like talking about him, but like, given the ending of Minecraft, it does have real strong vibes of that, right? Also, let's do a little places of sand. Okay, I've run out of sandstone besides this 50 sandstone that I have apparently. I thought I ran out. Okay, let's play some sandstone, actually. Yeah, I can see the clear place to do it as well. I watched a TikTok about the probability of actually being alive, and now my brain is sad. Is that because of the simulation theory? The whole, like, if we can develop simulations, and those simulations can develop simulations, and then that can go 1,000 layers deep. Was that the maths thing that got to you? I think that, like, not being real doesn't affect my enjoyment of day-to-day activities. Because, like, when you die, the question of whether it's real or not doesn't really matter in the end anyway, right?
It matters about the experiences you had. It matters what you think you're leaving. It matters the lives you impact. I mean, like, if it's not real, then I impacted some fake lives. You know, my enjoyment isn't made more fake by the fact that Trotsky, by the way, thank you for the tip, took out tax. Speaking of Christianity, what do you think of the Catholic Church and the ceremoniousness of it as compared to the other Christian religions? Well, like I said, it's because the Catholic Church used to be this major... Like, if you look at the British Parliament, there's some real wacky traditions. And it's like, yeah, you just... Like, no one wants to end a tradition. Like, they might not make sense anymore, but that's kind of what makes them so interesting, right? Like, they don't need to exist, and yet they do. Yeah, that's how I feel about the Catholic Church. It's like, yeah, they do some quirky stuff, because at one point they were the dominant force in human decision-making. You know, how do you deal with that? The answer is you don't deal with that. I'm going to leave this stone chest here, but I'm going to pick up my little torch chest, throw in some torches, and I'm gonna say that I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. I think this is one of the shortest I've done in a while, although it's been 100 full minutes. But I enjoyed today's live stream. If you enjoyed today's live stream, don't forget to like today's live stream. I'm just kidding. What even is a like? It's a thing you can do. Oh, 5 people like the stream. You know, actually like the video. Oh, another 9 people like the stream. You know, I love this. Keep liking the stream, actually. It feeds my ego. You know, there's no reason to, but do it anyway, chat. You haven't liked the stream yet because you're like, oh, I don't like streams. I don't hit the like button on YouTube. Oh, thank you. Okay, wait, we're about at 1,000 already. Oh, yeah, we hit 1,000 likes. You know what? Actually, I like it when you like the stream. I've decided that I'm... Oh, by the way, I love the way this looks. Let's just go far out. Doesn't this look so cool? Is it just me? Like, from this side, it doesn't look that amazing. But it still doesn't look bad. But like from this side, isn't there something cool about that? Honestly, the fact that we didn't mess this up more than we did right now, we need to take that as the major accomplishment that it is. Let's all be proud of ourselves here, shall we? Let's all be proud of me here. Let's all be proud of me. I don't know why you guys are trying to take your own credit on this one. But yeah, I won't be streaming tomorrow because it's Monday and I upload Let's Plays. And I feel weird uploading Let's Plays the same days as streams. Yeah. So I'll be streaming probably on Tuesday. Unless I decide that there's no more streams for a while. Or maybe I will be. You know, I like to keep you on your toes. The most important thing, though, is thank you for watching. Hope you had a great day. Because I'll see you all in the next day. Oh, wait, no, wait. No. This is the important thing. Liking the stream means nothing. It just gives me an ego boost. But the thing that you actually need to do looks kind of like a pipe from the outside. It does look like I've just built a giant pipe. I have to admit it to myself. Here's the thing you do need to do. There's a video going live right now. Go watch it. You need to go watch that video that just went public. It's Q&A Sunday. Definitely always been called Q&A Sunday. I don't know what Q&A Saturday is because I only know Q&A Sunday. If you could watch it, I'd appreciate it. Actually, no, only watch it if you want to watch it all the way through. If you're thinking to yourself, do I want to watch a Q&A this time? Specifically, don't watch it. The best thing you can do is not watch it or watch it all. Those are the 2 options. Unless you see it, then it affects the click-through rate. You know, there's a lot of things to think about today, but what you don't have to think about is your evening. Thank you, Sophie Scapes. Thank you, Yvette Dim. Thank you, Tiffany, Myra V, Gaming Boy. Actually, no thank you, Gaming Boy. I'm going to untake back my thank you. Thank you, though, Spencer Black. Thank you, Rob Jones, Demigod of Destruction, Lue, Cassandra Gordon, and everyone else. Because I'll see you all in the next live stream. Unless there's a tragic house fire. Goodbye.